Back with the Vice City Let's Play. Cameron Kunzelman, this is, last episode we had a guest. We had Miriam Assad. In this episode, we don't have a guest. In this episode, we are just hanging out, talking about Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. Now, I think I'm about a fifth of the way through this game. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But, I think that this is like the optimal amount of Grand Theft Auto Vice City to play. Like right here, as far as we've gotten. More than this, and it starts to wear out its welcome. Less than this, and you don't get to see all the cool experiences you could be having. But if you remember, I just said we're only a fifth of the way through the game. Talking to this British guy. Lance Vance has decided to do violence against the guy we've been doing missions for, the man who killed his brother, and now I gotta go try to save him. There's a little marker for Lance's health up in the right hand corner, and it's to let me know that Lance is being beaten up and hurt in some way, and you'll see that I'm supposed to be rescuing Lance, and I guess I'm doing a pretty good job at that. But also up in the right hand corner, you will notice that there is not a weapon icon. It's because I don't have a weapon. Now you might think, dang, this is a game that's all about fighting and driving and doing cool stuff. Why don't you have a weapon? That's because I'm picking up a weapon right here. This is the 1980s, and this is a Dirty Harry-esque big weapon. I definitely knew that was there. Not a problem for me. Easy to find. But again, I have so few bullets. And this is a rescue mission, so let's see how it goes. Okay. Vehicle's on fire. I mean, what bad could happen? Okay, we're going over here. If you remember from last episode, I used kind of a combo method of playing with a controller and also shooting with my mouse, which is still hard. Thankfully, I have a lot of armor here, so it's saving me a little bit, but lo and behold, being shot still hurts, even if you're wearing armor. It's not good. And you would think the accuracy on this gun would be a little bit better. Like the range is just true trash. But with 48 hit points, scratch that, 35 hit points, scratch that, 15 hit points, I'm able to rescue Lance.
Thanks to you. You screwed up real good, Lance. He killed my brother. What do you expect me to do, mow his lawns? We're gonna have to take out that prick Diaz before he takes us out. You okay to use a gun?
Sure, I guess. Nice to see you too.
Let's get out of here.
And now down to 9 health. This is getting a lot more difficult. Unfortunate. So here is the first of many attempts, some of which are not represented here, of attempting to complete this mission. That didn't really go the way I wanted it to, so what about this one? It's a big old goose egg. Didn't work out. Surely this is the attempt. Look, I have so much gun. I have so much ammunition. I can look. I have the tactical accuracy of a Navy SEAL. This must be the okay. Okay. So maybe it's got to be the next one, right? I regret to inform you, it was also not this one. Perhaps it will be this one. Going well, except for right there. So it will definitely, absolutely be this one. After all, I have a cool car and I have use of the cinematic camera. It must be the mission that I'm going for. I'll definitely be able to do it. I think the cinematic camera looks cool. I wish I'd made that turn like all the way in one shot. I think that would have been very impressive. I think you all would have commented and said, wow, nice go. I hope you would have. I hope you would have said, wow, nice go. So you see, I'm not even doing that mission. You see that I've gone to a Cuban cafe to do something else entirely.
You the boy?
So I'm 99% sure, based on the way this person's face looks and their voice, I'm pretty sure this is Danny Trejo. I'm going to check that fact right now.
You think you'll take me on? You think you'll play stupid with me?
No, I think you're playing plenty stupid enough for both of us.
Hey, he call you dumb, son.
And I call him a little girl, Papi. Look at him, all dressed up like that. What is this, ladies' night? You some kind of tough guy? You dress like a woman? You got on panties like a woman too, huh?
What do you got against women? You prefer men, big boy?
I like women. I like all women. I love my mother, Chico.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Relax.
Can you drive, amigo?
So this is just some classic terrible content in a video game, but while you were having to listen to that, I was confirming that this is in fact Danny Trejo. We just gotta go fight a boat. Learning about cojones, of course, as you do in video games. But yeah, it's boat time. Again, we are learning about cojones. This is kind of, it's not kind of, it's a stereotype. It's a stereotype of Latinos that they are all about machismo, all about masculinity and performing masculinity. And yeah, like everything else in Vice City, it's like turned up to 5,000. And it's bad, you know? Not great. This mission is great, though. You know, speaking of good stuff, it's got us just zipping around in this boat. I like driving boats in this game. It's fun. Hard to be angry about it. You just gotta hit these markers, and there's something about... I remember on the PlayStation 2. Oh. How are we gonna do here? And we're good. But I remember on the PlayStation 2 that driving boats was extremely difficult. Very easy to crash. But here in the future, it's not the case. It just kind of cuts a beautiful curve when you're using the analog sticks to maneuver oneself back and forth across the oceans. If you flip this boat during this mission, you just lose it and you die, because Tommy Vercetti, obviously from not a water... Well, no, actually, he's from Liberty City and they are absolutely surrounded by water, so I don't really know. They just can't swim. It was a big day when protagonists in Grand Theft Auto games learned how to swim, but today is not that day. You can see the beautiful, clear ocean. You can see all the way to the ocean floor. Many rocks, many piers. These channels going back and forth. The famous channels of Miami. Vice City, of course, is replicating Miami. Look at that jump that I did just then. You can back up the tape if you need to. If you want to watch it again, it's quite good. Let's try another one. Perfect. Who could have imagined that it would be so good? This guy's saying Maine a lot. Kind of a Cheech Marin kind of guy. Just hitting these markers, and there's a big red one up there telling us it's almost over. We've done it. And they took the boat away. They don't want me to have a boat. That's how you know the man is against you, is when they don't let you keep a boat. This is the kind of thing that's always odd to find in a Grand Theft Auto game, like straight up infrastructure. Like who would, like this is something that would exist in real life, not in the cartoon world that we are playing. So you probably remember from last episode that the two kind of competing gangs here are the Cubans and the Haitians. And we infiltrated, pretended to be one of the Cubans to really spark off a gang war. And so what we're about to do is go do one of the Haitian missions. In fact, we're going to do a couple of the Haitian missions. And much like the Cubans, and much like basically everything, like I said before, it's just kind of a stereotype turned up to 11. Now, I think that probably the Grand Theft Auto people imagine that this is somehow satire or parody or something like that. But really, it's just normal cultural stereotypes, but just repeating them really loud. It's like if you said something extremely offensive and then you yelled it instead of saying it. And then you said, actually, that's just parody. It is not particularly convincing. So this is where we're going. And what you're going to see in this cutscene is Tommy Vercetti somehow mind-controlled. Now, how did that happen? I don't know. We're getting a little bit of voodoo, religion stuff here. I'll let them talk.
I got a message to come here.
Can you hear them? Them calling your name, boy, must want you pretty bad, don't you think? Now you do old Auntie Pulea turn, and maybe she help you. Maybe she can give you a little juju after all of this. Give you some magic to give the lawman the stink eye.
Look, this is all very, give me what? I think I got the wrong address.
Give me these things, Tommy. The Cubans, nasty, proud foo-foos. Been making my lovely Haitian boys shake their heads. Now they told the policeman where me been stashing my powders. They think it drugs. Them stupid. Now be a good boy, Tommy, and go and get the powders for Auntie Poulet.
Yeah, sure.
Right, so the police are after the Haitian drug stashes, and we gotta go get them. Now, this is actually a quite fun mission, I think. It involves doing exactly what I said. Whoa, look at this sweet jump. Forgot all about that. Didn't really go the way I wanted it to. But the mission involves us just going to places and picking things up, but with the additional kind of qualifier or, I don't know, complication that we're being hunted by the police. And that's always fun in these games, I think. Part of the thrill of Grand Theft Auto is that you can do things that are bad, and then the police will fight you, and you can kind of, run away, or you can use cheat codes and, get the rocket launcher or whatever, right? This is classic Grand Theft Auto kind of stuff. But when that's built into mission design, I think it's pretty cool. I think it works really well. So this is one of those missions. We're going to see what happens when we pick up this satchel. We don't want to move our chump muscles. And we only have 1 minute to get to the next location. So we really have to hurry. But here's the thing. We have 2 stars, which is like a fair amount of stars. We need to heckin' hurry. Now that's hard to do when you fall on the ground. But lo and behold, the police are not very responsible with their vehicles here. So we're zipping our way here. This is on the corner. That's easy to grab. And now we're up to 4 stars, which I think is the highest number of stars I've accomplished in this video game. And at that point, it's all over, right? So we have SWAT after us, which is the vehicle that's smashed into me there. We have undercover police, like Tubbs and Crockett style, right? So they're in sports cars, and they're like wearing cool equipment. And by cool equipment, I mean like suits. That's fun stuff. Kind of fits into the Miami vibe. And now we got to get back. Now we're up to 5 stars. It's a huge amount of stars. It's 1 star less than the military intervening. And we are whipping around. And we just need to go right here. So as soon as we get here, and it's like nothing bad ever happened. Isn't that wonderful? We'll just go to this little building here, and it's like nothing bad ever happened to us. Now you'll remember I did not finish that mission to rescue Lance Vance earlier. Lance Vance remains getting beat up.
Sorry, I must have the wrong address.
Well, you might as well come in and rest your souls and have some tea. Do you have something there for me, Tommy?
Yeah. This place feels familiar to me. It's a smell from childhood, a deja vu.
Now, Tommy, I'm going to whisper a little errand for you. Hear me well, aye?
You look like someone I...
The Cubans have fast boats they use to cross the seas with drugs. It is their livelihood. Me nephew been making little flying bombs to take them out. Blow the boats to coffin wood.
Thanks for the tea.
Now we have to go do yet another one of the cursed missions. And that is navigating an RC thing, radio-controlled thing, and using it to do some kind of violence. Now, like I said when we had to do the helicopter mission, these things are terrible. They are not good. They are not fun. But in comparing the helicopter to the biplane that we have here, this is way better. This little plane is great. And I guess the frame rate slash platform specifics of being able to use a Xbox controller in 2020 to do this, it makes it so much easier. This used to be so hard, like impossibly hard, and now it's very manageable. particularly this part. So we're trying to explode these planes or explode these boats. The best thing you can do is get them all in one go, but you might not be able to get them all in one go. Now, on the PlayStation 2, trying to get this fleeing boat with your little flying around biplane was so hard. And here I have a little bit of an issue, but not too much of an issue. Look at that. I did it. So now they're trying to escape in a car. And so, same problem, but I gotta drive. And so, I'm having to keep this thing up in the air. I'm having to prevent it from hitting the ground. And both of those things are very difficult to do. You can see the thing accelerates, as you might think. It accelerates much more quickly when you are headed toward the ground. So I'm cutting the engine here and whoop, using that to kind of shoot myself back up into the sky. It's a lot of maneuvering here. And it doesn't seem like anyone cares. Look, there's not even any kind of stars here. So no one's worried. No one's worried about a little RC plane dropping remote control bombs everywhere. But we're on the highway here. I think I got it. Maybe not. Yeah, I did. A+. Let's go back and get the very last one. Just a loner here, hanging out, hoping that a plane doesn't get him. You can hear it buzzing far away. And that's everything. You have no idea. I did that in one go. No editing trickery, nothing like that. Just pure skill. Great stuff. And remember, Lance Vance is still out there getting beat up somewhere in a warehouse.
Hello? Hello? I'm looking for somebody around here.
You're looking hungry, Tommy.
Do I know you?
Hush now. One more thing and I can let you go, Tommy. My boys can war with them Cuban boys, but no guns. But the Cubans have a surprise coming. While they fight in the streets, you take this rifle and kill them in the hubbub. No one sees you, no one hear you. Now, Tommy, you do this for me, and you no longer tied to my apron strings.
Okay, Auntie.
So in this mission, the idea is we're helping secretly the Haitians do something. But I got in my extremely large brain the idea that if I failed the mission, they wouldn't take the sniper rifle away from me. And if I did the mission more than once, I could get some additional ammunition. Let's go see if we can rescue Lance Vance. All right, so this is, same idea as before, just from very far away. And this is actually probably my third or fourth attempt at trying to do this. As everything I do goes. Couldn't figure it out the first time, couldn't really get it dialed in. But here we are. I've memorized the locations of all of these enemies by this point. I know where they are, I know when they are, I know how they are, I know who they are, I know what they are. I know other additional journalistic information about them. So I'm just going slowly. I have no idea where that person came from. I still think about that regularly when I'm about to go to sleep. I think, where did that villain come from? I know everything in the world about them, and yet I did not know that. Probably some sort of Harry Potter wizardry. but we're taking it slowly. You'll notice that Lance's health is going down significantly. I don't quite know how this works. It seems like Lance Vance's health, I don't know. It seems like once you get here, it begins going down faster, which is a little bit odd considering that, what do they do? They say, oh, we better turn up the volume on this bad boy, on this, I don't know, electricity or whatever the heck they got going on. So you can see he has just a sliver, just the smallest sliver of health there. But luckily I got there in time. So now we got to make sure that Lance Vance, with Tommy Vercetti at 47 health, we got to make sure that Lance Vance gets to where he's going. Luckily there's a sweet fake Mercedes here. And even though that person's running up on us, we're going to be good to go, I think. So you can see there are some dastardly villains in these weird expensive cars coming after us. I don't know why they would do that. Just leave us alone. Why do they have expensive cars? I also don't know that. Makes me mad, honestly. But I think we're going to be okay. Because Tommy Vercetti drives real good. In cinematic camera. So we're trying to get Lance to the hospital here. I just noticed that big stairwell back there. I bet that can be a ramp. Gotta back up. And there's those villains driving by. They have nothing. Lance is going to the hospital with a gun in his hand. He's ready to make it happen. So I think the moral of the story here is that sometimes life is hard and you have a mission that you don't know how to do. And that's unfortunate. But other times you do know how to do that mission. And you just don't have the sniper rifle you need. And so you can wait patiently until someone mind controls you into doing violence in a gang war. And then you can purposefully fail that mission and get the sniper rifle you wanted the whole time. And then go and save your friend / business colleague who has ruined your plans for your deals with the drug lord, and then save him and take him to a hospital. That's a universal lesson that we can all enjoy and should all think harder on about how that applies to us and how it might change our lives. That person was on roller skates, and it appeared that they'd just gotten out of a car. I think the secondary lesson of this episode is perhaps don't try to use roller skates and drive because you'll have an accident. If you enjoyed this episode, you're already a Patreon subscriber. Thank you so much for doing that. We've announced some cool stuff this month on the Patreon. Most importantly, we're trying to get to more money than we're receiving right now in order to begin a podcast where Michael and I read all the Stephen King novels. If that sounds cool to you, consider telling other people about this. If you like this show, tell other people about it. Let them know. The episodes will start becoming public episodes soon, so you can link people to them. But you'll always have first look for a long time. Anyway, see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.